Good day, grade 4s. I hope you are doing well at home, and I believe that you still continue doing all the work that we are giving you every time at school. This week again, we still want to continue with another topic again in maths. And by this time, you should be able to answer any questions under fractions on your own. Remember, under fractions, there are three things that we use, or three tools that we use under fractions. For example, we used some diagrams to show how many parts are shaded and how many parts are not shaded. We also use a fraction chart. I think by now you can use the fraction chart very well when comparing fractions and also when finding equivalent fractions. And also, I think by now you should be able to read and answer questions on story sums on common fractions. And by this time again, you should be able to add and subtract fractions with the same denominator. This week again, we are looking at this special topic called symmetry. Say it again, symmetry. Again, symmetry. The question is, what do we mean by symmetry? Symmetry simply means you are looking at a shape or a 2D shape and you fold it or cut the shape so that it has similar sides on both sides. And when we are doing that, you use some lines. For example, you have a square. A square, remember the 2D shapes, you can be given a square. Then someone says, show us the line of symmetry. It simply means you are going to look at your square and fold it so that you have the same shape on one side and also the same shape on the other side. After folding the square, the shapes must be similar. So when we talk of symmetry, in short, it simply means fold the shape in half so that you have similar shapes or similar faces on both sides. So that is what is meant by symmetry. But the question is, how do we show symmetry? Symmetry is shown in form of lines. You can use a line going down. For example, this first one, number one, a green one, is going down. You can cut a shape in the center using a line going down. And one special thing about the line is that it is dotted. The line is dotted, or it's a broken line. The other line again can move from left to right. So you can cut a shape or you can draw a line that moves from left to right. Then the other line again can be slanting from one corner of a shape to the other corner of a shape. The red one, number 3. Then the fourth one can also move again from the left to the right, but it's also slanting. So these are the 4 main lines that we use when showing the line of symmetry. Now, what is special with those lines of symmetry? I say the bottom line, the lines of symmetry, when we are drawing them on a shape, they must be broken. You must show a broken line. And also, when you talk of the shapes are either 2D or 3D objects. You can be given a 2D shape where you are supposed to draw a line of symmetry. Or you can be given a 3D object and you should also be able to draw a line of symmetry. Again, we can also draw a line of symmetry on some letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, up to Z. especially on the capital letters. You can also draw lines of symmetry on those letters. Then the other one is the numbers. For example, 1, a 2, a 3. Some of the numbers here do not have any lines of symmetry. So you need to take note of that. And again, on this week's work, you are going to complete an exercise where you are going to draw some lines of symmetry on given shapes and pictures. And then the other exercise again, you are also going to complete an exercise on drawing. I've drawn one side of a shape. You are also going to draw the other side of a shape. That should be easy for you. And then the other topic that we are going to look at again is geometric patterns. Geometric patterns. By geometric, we are referring to shapes. In grade 1, 2, and 3, you were practicing some shapes, some patterns using lines. Lines like this. These are for grade 1, 2, and 3. But us in grade 4, we use some shapes. For example, you can draw a pattern of squares, a pattern of circles, a pattern of rectangles. And also those patterns, you need to take note that we are not only drawing patterns, but also numbers are used when we are looking at geometric patterns. For example, you will need some matchsticks, but don't play with the matchsticks. Use them to learn using the matchsticks. For example, I have got a triangle here. 1, 2, 3. I've got one triangle and I've used 3 matchsticks. Number 2, I've got now 2 triangles. And if we are to count the number of matchsticks, you realize that now it's no longer 3, but they are now, let's count them together, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 2 triangles, 5 matchsticks. And if I'm to draw again to make another triangle again, so that they become 3, again it becomes a pattern. So 1 triangle, 2 triangles, 3 triangles. But what is important is how many matchsticks are there altogether. So even on the 4th one, step number 4, you can come up with a pattern again and then count the number of matchsticks that you are going to use. So in short, all these here now, one side you are going to do practically, put the matchsticks one side and also count the number of matchsticks. And also you will write it in the form of a table where you will tell us how many triangles do you have and how many matchsticks do you use. So in this case, we are going to have a table like this one here. It says triangles. Triangle 1. This is the first one. Triangle number 1. And it says how many matchsticks did we use? If you are to count there, you will find that we have used 3 matchsticks. Now again, the second one, second triangle, again, there are 2 triangles now. But how many matchsticks did we use altogether? If you want to count those matchsticks, you realize there are 5 matchsticks. Again, on the third one again, you also count the number of triangles. There are 3 triangles, and the number of matchsticks again, it keeps on going up. And in this case now, there are 7. So that on its own, it forms a certain pattern. Look at our first one, a 3, a 5, a 7. Already, there is a pattern formed there. Now, you have to count. This one is mainly a practical exercise. You have your matchsticks, put them together, count. After counting there, you record it on the table. So for you not to be confused, just do one at a time. I hope you are going to practice that and complete the exercise that is in your textbook. For example, you are going to use your Platinum book, grade 4, and the exercise is on page 88. And that's where you are going to find that those questions. Make sure that you try those questions and answer all the questions on your own. The more you practice at home, the more it becomes easy for you in the exam. I hope and also encourage you to continue to practice on your own. Every week you'll be given some answers to check, and you are going to mark your own work and see where you went wrong. If ever you went wrong, make sure that you correct your work, because that's how we learn. If you make a mistake, see where you went wrong and correct that. I hope and believe that you are enjoying the maths at home. Continue to practice till we meet again. And good luck and enjoy doing maths. Thank you.